No, we haven't.
That's okay.
We've done DJing for years, but I've now got this very nice community in Fishers. Have you heard of the Del Webb communities?
I
It's
haven't heard of the Dale Webb community.
I will tell you, Del Webb is Britton Falls, so they're out kind of, but anyway,
Oh,
beautiful
okay.
senior. Do
Yeah, I
you know
know
what I'm
where
talking?
that's at. Yeah, I know where
Yes,
Britton Falls is at.
yes. So Britton Falls is a Del Webb community, I believe, but these
Okay.
people can spend some money and they can, and I've done a couple programs for them. Dawn, that's where Claire Dowden is now.
Yep.
You know, that's where we went. Okay.
Yep.
So they have a member or a resident, because they're not like they all live independently in these beautiful homes that they pay lots of money for, but
Mm-hmm.
they're just kind of, it's an organized, they do a lot of parties. We did an outdoor event last fall that they were extremely happy with, but this guy wants a karaoke birthday party, but it's got to be a DJ karaoke kind of thing. So somebody has to have a lot of um, music, but then they have to have the karaoke component.
Mm.
And I'll tell you, I quoted him some prices that I thought were kind of expensive,
Mm-hmm.
but we were going to have this other guy do it. And this other guy has kind of ended up being kind of wishy washy, and I am not going to screw around with this. So, if
Mm-hmm.
anybody knows somebody that, I mean, being a DJ and being good is a gift, but to have that karaoke component is a big thing to this people. They want to, and it's April 15th, which is not that far away.
Right.
It'll be here before you know it. But the on that same in that same vein though, I'll tell you, I mean, if we don't book somebody pretty fast, if I don't find somebody, they're probably going to be out of luck, because anybody who's doing it's probably going to be booked. So I guess I was just wondering, Dawn, you don't know anybody who does that, do you?
I don't know anybody personally to recommend, um, but I think I know of somebody. I'll look into that.
Yeah. So
Because
I do
that's
know someone. So
okay. Well, Robert, you know what? If you have a connection at all, and they're doing I reached out because I work with a bunch of different musicians, and I
hmm
thought, well, this one guy's son has a big equipment store in Indianapolis. Why not just reach out to him? So I did that. And he goes, well, he doesn't have a setup, but he said, it's not as much about the setup as what they bring to the table. Do they have a good, not, yeah, you want a good system, but do they have a good selection? Are they, all those kind of
Yeah,
things. And
yeah.
so anyway, I never pursued that because the guy that plays for me, and he and I did this big job last year at Del Webb. He said he could do it. Now he's not, he's kind of wishy-washy, and I'm like, okay, I don't have time. This is my year to plant myself and blossom, not to be off trying to figure out all these things. That's my word. Bloom, blossom, whatever. And you know what, Dawn, and I'll turn it over to you. I was talking to Catherine.
Yes.
This is the year of the rabbit. And the year of the rabbit is all about fertility. So we're talking about weird things, but it's not just human fertility, but it's like creative ideas and working, to create new connections. And I was just like, are you kidding me? I said, my word is blossom. Come on. I mean, it was like, really, I can't. Anyway, thought that was kind of cool myself, Don. I just thought I'd share it with you.
I'll look into that. I know I am Year of the Horse. Um,
Really?
yeah.
When's the year of the horse? Now? No.
No, I don't know when it is. I don't know when it comes up, but I know there's
Oh yeah.
horse, dragon, snake, um, uh, I
Yeah.
guess there's a bunch of them, but
I think Catherine even talked about squirrels. There's a year of the squirrel, but
is there? Huh.
Robert, we have a little kind of a subgroup that anyway, but our whole thing is that we're all squirrels. So so when I said squirrels and Dawn laughed, it's because we have kind of that thing, but I don't know what the squirrels are all about. But I don't know about you guys, but these last couple of years with this pandemic thing has really I think I was just kind of trying to figure out, what is it that we're doing? And I feel confident in that. I Now I feel like, so now I just want to put roots down, and I want us to be as, go out and find more Robert, with KSD Pro. I want to find more of those people that understand what we're all about. The people that have not hung on during all of the craziness have either, they've maybe, some people have retired, some people have done, but some just weren't aligned with what we're doing. But boy, after a day like today and then sitting in on Catherine's thing, I was just like, this is why we do this, because it really is very cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's
And they don't record theirs, do they?
No, we have a group, Robert, that
Are they in
meets
person?
they're in person, and they've been together, I don't know how long, but I will tell you, they are just a unique group. Now, Dawn, you could go and visit them and they'd be fine. But if I send somebody to visit them, this is our Fisher's Favorites group. Robert, if I send somebody, they want to know who the person is, what do they want to know, because they've had too many people that have just come and tried to sell
Them for
them.
referrals and
Yes. Yeah. They're very protective of their space. And I'm not saying rudely, they'll let people come and visit. But they will tell me later exactly what they thought of it too. And it's been good on some occasions, and some others it's been like, oh my gosh. So anyway, thank you for letting me share that. I appreciate it.
Well, thanks for sharing.
Oh,
Hey,
you're welcome.
Stacy.
Hello, everyone.
We're going to go ahead and get started. We already started the recording. My name is Dawn Evans Casey, and I am the leader of Collaborating Connections. So I want to take the time to thank you all for being here tonight for our regular weekly professional networking Zoom call. Collaborating Connections has been around for over 5 years, and we are a part of the TTR networking family. TTR networking has been around for more than 12 years. And we started out meeting in person, small groups. I think we've had anywhere from 10 to 15 groups at different times throughout the years. But we were meeting in person in different locations. And then since COVID, Collaborating Connections has gone virtual via Zoom, which we very much enjoy because it allows us to connect with people all over, not just Central Indiana, where we started out, East Side Indiana, where we started out. We are connecting with wonderful professionals from coast to coast and around the world, and acknowledging Stacy, who's with us tonight from the South, and probably much better weather than what we've got going on here in Indiana. So be thankful and enjoy that. Let's see. So on a weekly basis, we get together and we talk about and reinforce the basic values and beliefs of our TTR networking group. To the rescue is an acronym. The R is for relationships, the E is for education, the S is for success strategies, the C is for community, the U is for understanding, and the last E is for execution. which is, for all that we talk about and consider and learn about, of course, it means nothing unless we put it into action and improve ourselves and our businesses. So that is what we are all about. On a weekly basis, we generally start out by acknowledging any wins. So I'm going to open the floor and ask, does anyone have any wins that they want to share this week?
We had 30, I think we had 30 plus people signed up for our Friday open networking at the Haverstick, which is on the back. It's a coffee shop on the back side of a big church, and I still don't know what the church is. I probably should find that out. But anyway, the big thing there is that we had 30. We had probably 25 of them show up, but then we had a bunch of people that were not registered. So that was pretty exciting. I know that the in-person is a little bit different than meeting like this. This is great in this, but we do have, and I'm sorry because Stacy's not here, but we do have other live, and we are doing more online as well. We're trying to add more, activities. So I will tell more about that in a little bit, but I was excited that we had that many and a lot of new faces, and not everybody that was on there is necessarily limited to Indianapolis, or everybody that visited. I'm sorry. We're not necessarily Indianapolis people. A lot of people can do, global, just like you guys, we all can do here, I guess. So, so I feel encouraged because I was, seems like you always run into the same people all the time at live events here in the Indianapolis area. It just seems like you're always, and these were a lot of new faces and a lot of young faces who are ready to get in there and meet people. So it's pretty exciting. So
good.
Thank you.
I saw the pictures that you posted, and I agree that there seems to be a lot of new faces there. And I'm happy to hear of a turnout like that. I think in a lot of cases, with a new year, people are interested in starting a new business or relaunching a business or revitalizing their business. So I'm glad to hear that it was a good turnout and lots of good connections were made. If anybody's looking for an evening networking group, of course, I hope you direct them our way.
Well, and I would say that, Dawn, and I know you know this, but I turned around and reached out to everybody in an email, and then I went back a big general email to everybody with a little bit more, and we didn't record the meeting, but I mean, just went back with that. And then I reached out to individuals, and it is funny because people don't always respond very quickly. They want to be part of something, but they don't understand that that's part of it. Is to follow up with, and we're going into follow-up February here, but it's just, to me, it's amazing, but anyway, so yes, we had a lot of, and I told the group, the Westfield group this morning, I said, believe me, I reached out to every individual. That takes a little bit of time because you can't just copy and paste. To a degree you can, but I was going back and I was trying to make sure that I wasn't sending a mortgage comment to to somebody like Stacy who doesn't care about mortgages, that kind of thing. So, but anyway, so that was really new and good. I was very excited, and we are doing that once a month. That is a live networking, and that is we're adjusting it to fit our Westfield group. But anyway, I'll leave it at that. But yes, thank you for saying you saw it on the whatever it was on
social media.
My social media. Yeah, I somehow get those out there. Not as good as Stacy is at her social.
Man. Anybody else got wins to share?
Nope.
I need to come off mute. So yeah, I mean, overall, a win this week was being able to wrap up some post-production for a client as far as video production goes, and then also being able to wrap up some revisions that I needed to wrap up. And lastly, scouting like talent for this video I'm going to do for a client. So I was able to find a location, and then actually also have some talent and characters put together to read for this script. So that's been a win this week for me in the world of videography.
All right. Very good. Very good.
He actually gets to go out and scout out for talent.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, not necessarily me. I kind of have somebody that I know that,
Oh, okay. You got it. All right.
that helps
Cool.
me out a little bit.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's
But
pretty
if I have
exciting.
to, though, I can scout.
I bet you could.
All
All
right.
right. All right. For me, I'm hoping to have a win. I'm hoping to have a win tomorrow because
Okay.
as what the word for the next month is follow up. I've been following with this young lady. We've been playing phone tags. She's been saying, I'm gonna call you. I'm like, I'm waiting for your call, but I've been persistent. I didn't give up. And so she finally did actually call me back last night. And I think that I convinced her to join my team. Yeah, she's a young lady out of Mississippi that's been watching me on my social media platforms, and she inquired about the products and how they work and all of that. So we had a long conversation last night, and I told her I want to wait till the 1st of February to bring her in. So she told me to call her back tomorrow. So if all goes well, which I'm claiming that all is gonna go well.
There you go. There you go.
She will be joining my team, but that is one of the things that I want to really focus on this year is growing my team and gain a new business partner. So I'm excited about that.
Yay. Keep it up. You're doing awesome.
Thank you.
Let's see. My win that I'll share just happened today. And I had reached out to an old friend of mine on social media. I hadn't been in touch with them in a while. I just reached out to say hello. It's January, beginning of a new year. And we traded text messages a couple of times, but today she called me while I was in the office on my day job about to take my lunch break, but she called me. And as we're chit-chatting and all, and she's like, "Are you still doing the travel?" "Of course I am." She's like, "I want to go to Jamaica." So bam. It's like, I'm going to send you my client profile form, and all right, let's get this planned. So a friend of mine that I'm excited to work with. And I think that I told you all previously about a friend who connected me to a couple who's interested in going to Ireland for their anniversary. Wanted me to, my friend said, I only trust you, Dawn, to help them with this trip. Well, I had the opportunity to finally have the initial Zoom call introduction with the couple and find out in a little bit more detail exactly what they're looking for. And they're just such a pleasant bunch to talk to. We had a great time on the Zoom, and come to find out, it's, I think, their 32nd anniversary that they're going to be celebrating in Ireland, and they want to stay in a castle. So I haven't done an Ireland trip, but I've got plenty of support in my group of folks who are very familiar with the European travel and that. And I'm excited to help this couple with their travel plans for Ireland. So those are my wins, what I've got going on right now. Next up, let's see. We usually talk about what's going on with NTTR networking. So Jennifer.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. And Stacy, I feel like even though we don't see each other every week on here, because I know you've got a lot of things going on, you do a really good job with social media because I've seen you a lot lately. So I just want you to know it's really good to see you in the flesh, but I know that I know you're busy. You do a good job. I don't know if you and Robert have actually met before. The Robert that's not Robert Haley, and but I don't know if they've met. So I'm eager to hear that introduction. But so TTR, I just mentioned we had a live an open networking on Friday that went extremely well, and it really did go well. I mean, the group was really interesting. So we're continuing that. So that is Friday. We have that on Friday, the 24th of February, and that is at the Haverstick, which is a coffee shop on the backside of a church, and it's on Haverstick. It's on our website. It's on social media, and I realize even if you're listening and you're in Georgia, obviously you can't come to that probably, but we do have we have our TTR Presents, which is on Thursday, Thursday, February 23rd. We're going to have Danielle Valette talk about, I just posted it, and it's, I don't know if anybody saw it, but the whole thing, her name of it is why it's good to let your gut hang out, which sounds really funny, but she is a ketogenic health coach. And the idea is that that's actually healthier for you than the other option. So it may sound kind of funny, but you need to go check that out. Yeah, it's why is it really a good idea to let your gut hang out? And Nicole's been working with her. I don't know if y'all know that, but or Dawn, but she got some of that information, and they were like, well, why don't you just call it that? And I said, okay.
Wow.
So we have why it's good to let your gut hang out. And that's at noon Eastern on Thursday, February 23rd. And we have once a month, we have a member, somebody who's connected. Danielle has been part of our Success Connect this past year, and she actually visited this group, and we kind of connected, and then turns out she's got a podcast and all these other things that she's got going on. So she is very excited to be part of that, and that is 6 hours ahead in the Netherlands where she lives. So we had to time it that way. And then we are starting what we're calling our TTR happy hours. And our first one starts on February 15th, which I can't believe is already like two weeks away from tomorrow. And we're going to have that at the Brew Burger on Old Meridian in Carmel. And it's at 6 o'clock. And we are going to be talking about how you build those relationships, send positive energy into the world. That whole thing that we all know works, but we don't always, we know it works. A lot of us in this network seem to have our own little strategies and practices, but we're going to I want us to be that organization that shares it. I mean, that gives other people. And I'm not insulting any of the other groups out there, but a lot of the other groups, they say do it, but they don't, at least the meetings I've been to, they don't tell us how to do it. So we're going to start breaking that down, and we're going to start off with Catherine Barhas Bjork, who is the crazy red-haired lady. She's going to be kicking us off on the 15th with a whole thing all about energy. And there's so much to it that is pretty amazing, pretty neat. So I'm excited about that. And then we have one on the 15th of March. We're going to do it every month, and we're going to do that on the South Side. So, but I don't know where yet. We've got people on the South Side that are in our 2 South Side groups that are in Greenwood who are telling me that they will not go 20 minutes north, beyond 20 minutes north. So, I mean, it's like, okay. So we are trying to go back and forth and back and forth. I will tell you, we have a lady who is Amanda star with a Rise Safety does CPR training, and she is going to be offering it for through TTR at one of her locations. We're going to come up with a date, and anybody that goes to that will get a reduced rate on the CPR training. She's been doing a lot of networking organizations, and I said, well, that sounds like something we should do. So anyway, I'll keep you posted. But
That sounds good.
those, and the other one, real quick, I've been carrying around my blue bracelet. The lady, it's saidthelady.withthebluehair.com. Saidthelady.withthebluehair.com is the name of a book, and the author is number 5 in Avon as of today. Her name is Lisa Wilbur, and I trained with her last week. We were in Salt Lake City, and we are both now silver certified promptings coaches, but she is built this unbelievable. She sends out more than 400 birthday cards every month. So, but she's going to present to us about her book, not about necessarily send out cards, but the whole idea of what she has created. It's based on 7 principles, basically 7 success principles that she has in the book. The book is really good. It's on Audible. So we'll keep you posted. That's at the end of March. That seems like a ways off, but I haven't confirmed a date yet, but we'll get that out there as soon as possible. And that's a TTR Presents, a special, just, I was amazed how normal she is. And she said, well, Avon's paid me over $7 million in these last so many. Now, she's been with them for 40 years, I think. Now, I don't know the 7 million, but she said, I don't even know how I get paid. She goes, I just do. And she believes in the products, I mean, it's like, I'm sure she's got the conviction that Stacy has about what she does, it's just obvious. And I know that Stacy's going to be extremely, just knowing that once you claim it, like she did a while ago.
Absolutely.
That's all it is,
She's manifesting. That's what
it's
we talked about. We talked about that towards the end of last year, manifesting. This is going to be a year of manifestations coming full circle. So yeah.
We're all due it, aren't we?
Yeah.
Aren't we?
Absolutely.
I think we would all agree with that. Yes. But anyway, thank you for letting me go on. Yes.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing. And Stacy, I want to offer to you, although you're all the way down south and likely won't physically attend the in-person meetings, if you've got something, a business card, a postcard, something product wise that you'd like me to share with others at any of those meetings, just pass it on and I'll be sure to post it out or put it on tables, or, I know you recently did an offer online that you were giving away some samples to those who had never tried the TAVA Lifestyle products. So anything like that going on that you'd like to share, I'd be happy to present that in person to the group for you.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. We'll chat later.
All right. Okay. We will get started with our roundtable introductions. And Stacy, before you get pulled away for whatever emergency, I want to invite you. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I am. Thank you very much, Don. Good evening, everyone. I am Stacy Shamburger Smith. I'm a licensed retired pharmacist with over 25 years of experience. I partner with TAVA Lifestyle. It will be 2 years next month, my 2nd year anniversary. Woo! It's like February 18th next month, so I'm super excited about that. But TAVA Lifestyle is a global network health and wellness company. TAVA offers quality products driven by proven results. The products are all natural and plant-based, vegan-friendly to fit any lifestyle. We currently have 6 products available. We have a Bacia Detox Tea. You can see behind me, these are some of the products. We have a Bacia Detox Tea. We have Ballet 30 Liquid Vitamin Extract. We have Flare Energy Capsules. We have Caprice CBD Infused Coffee, no THC. We have our 20 Fine Marine Collagen, get you looking 20 fine again. We have our Sexy, that's our new mood enhancer, mood booster. Of course, we make no medical claims about these amazing products, but based on people trying these products for themselves, I have so many testimonies of how these products have helped people get fit and healthy. So I'll say to you, don't wait until you get sick to take care of your health. If your goal is to live a healthy and active lifestyle, embrace TAVA and start your healthy journey, because your health is your wealth. And I'm Stacy Shamburger Smith of TAVA Lifestyle, Executive Director. And I'm looking for new business partners as well.
All right. All right. Well, thank you so much, Stacy. Does anyone have any questions for Stacy at this time in the TAVA Lifestyle Products? Is that some new packaging behind you? That the Valet 30, is that in new packaging? You're on mute again. I
Yeah,
can't.
no, everything is still the same. Nothing has changed as of yet.
Okay. Okay, just looked a little different. Okay, good. Let's see if there are no questions. We will move on to Mr. Robert Dokes. Are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I am. Good evening, everyone. My name is Robert Dokes. I am the Chief Videographer at KSD Pro 1, your promotional video solution. And our mission is to assist business owners and nonprofit organizations with creating videos aimed at their target audience, establish trust and credibility, and ultimately convert their viewers into customers or potential donor support. We accomplish this by implementing video marketing strategies aimed to drive engagement in the videos we create. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, then how many words is a video worth? The answer is that there is no limit to what a video can speak to the masses. It is the ultimate tool for marketing. KSD Pro 1 has nearly a decade of experience in creating promotional videos for nonprofit organizations, businesses, as well as community-based organizations the videos that we have created have brought forth brand awareness to their cause, increased funding through donor support and customers, as well as increased brand awareness. Now, we can fulfill all of your video production needs, from as simple as editing content that you already have to collaborating with you on a custom promotional video. So my question for anybody that's listening today, my 3 questions are: do you want your business, organization, or cause to grow? Do you want to receive more funding from potential donors or new customers? Or do you want the masses to know your passionate cause? If you answer yes to any of those questions, allow KSD Pro 1 to be your promotional video solution.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Robert.
No problem.
By the way, my answer is yes to all of those. So Robert was kind enough to send me via email last week after our meeting some prompting considerations to think about when thinking about, is video right for marketing efforts and so forth. And I loved what you shared, and it got me thinking, and I've started making lists and putting stuff down on Post-it notes, and I've got all kinds of ideas pouring forth related to my blog. And so we're going to have to circle back and have a one-on-one to kind of shake some of this stuff out and see what makes
Most
sense,
definitely.
but much appreciated.
Most definitely. And that's the whole point of sending out that email is, to be thought-provoking, right? To really get your wheels turning, to say, okay, is this something that I really need? And I'm glad you took the time to read it all. I know it was heavy because it was a lot, but I'm glad you took the time to read it.
Good stuff. Thank you.
No problem.
Any other questions for Robert Dokes?
Robert, though, I've heard your, I don't want to call it, well, it is an elevator pitch, but it has
Oh
been,
yeah,
it's very good.
it's definitely an
I,
elevator pitch.
yeah, but I've heard, I mean,
And
and I hear
it's
it.
also in our brochure too. So it's also in like my brochure. So
Well, and so when we hear it a couple times, then we read it, it's like, they really mean what they're talking about.
yeah.
But that is, so you do just anything that has to do with video, you could do something. I'm just, so, and I don't know if in your elevator pitch, I'm sorry, did you say something about, do you, is you, I don't want to say, are your prices in an affordable range? I'm sorry, I'm thinking about what you do, and I'm always thinking
Mhm.
that's going to cost a lot of money,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. No, our prices are always in an affordable in a affordable range. You know, I take it, I always say, like I said, prior to, at one of our other Zooms, the cost of getting a video done or a commercial done to put on network TV, of course, is in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. But you know, we're nowhere near that when it comes to creating promotional videos. I mean, you're looking at as far as marketing goes, um, social media, of course, is zero barrier, right? So you don't pay anything to get on social media to promote your videos. But you know, the thing with when you create a promotional video with us, you can take that video and place it anywhere, whether you place it on your social media, whether you're placing it on your website, whether you're going to use it as a tool for email marketing. Um, I mean, it can be placed anywhere, but the cost is nowhere near what you would pay for, you know, I would say commercial space or anything like that. But we have we have an array of packages that we offer at KSD Pro One. And if we don't find a package, if what you're trying to do does not fit in the package, we also have like custom packages that we can work with and
Okay.
try to couture one just for you or just for that particular client.
That's good to know. That's
Yep.
always, yeah. I would think it would be such a hard balance to be doing what you do and knowing the quality that you bring to the table and still being able to be affordable so that you
Mm-hmm.
can get your feet on the ground. I know you've been doing it a few years, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not brand new, and I understand it's
Yeah.
like a family affair, right? It's,
Yes.
you've got a lot of family. So I mean, I think that's got to be not a tightrope, but just a, well, maybe, I don't know. How do you not price yourself, because you need to make money,
Mm-hmm.
but you also, yeah. So wow. And you've been doing it like 3 years. Did I remember that?
So nearly a decade in experience
Oh,
and roughly about 3 years taking it like super serious
yes.
and formulating it as a business and maneuvering as a company. So yeah,
Gotcha.
so
All right, cool. All right. Yeah. Well, I'm very impressed with you jumping on our calls too. So we're glad you're here.
Oh yeah.
happy to be here.
Thank
I'm
you.
I'm I will also be looking for, ideas of making, the Zooms that we do more effective. I know we have a pretty relaxed agenda that we go through, but it's pretty routine as well. Um, but if there's, if you have ideas on um, content or any changes that can kind of enhance the experience for the attendees as well as those who view it later. Um,
Oh, I do. I do.
okay, all right, very good. Um, any other questions for Robert?
My question was similar to what Jennifer said. I was interested in knowing what the price point was. And where are you located, Robert?
So I'm located here in Indianapolis area. So
Um,
I live in Fishers, but we serve Indianapolis and the surrounding suburbs
Wait a
of
minute. Did you hear her when she said that? She goes, "Oh."
oh
What are you saying? We're not slums here in Indianapolis.
but I
I-
mean
no. I just thought he may have been closer to me, but yeah, that's not. I'm all the way here in Georgia, so yeah, that's not.
But you know what? Stacy, if you come up this way for a national conference this summer,
In July.
yeah, we could knock that out while you're. Hey,
I know,
But
right?
that,
I was debating whether or not I was gonna make that trip or not. I don't know. I'm still debating on that.
but see, you might meet Robert, and he would do a video that would just be like, you know, I don't know, but I do.
Yeah.
That's
we're just giving you options, Stacy.
Yeah,
And
we're just
just
giving
keep
you
in mind
options.
if you have content that you already have, like audio and visual content you already have, we can figure out how to turn that into something if that's what you want to do. So, there's options.
Yep.
Okay. Even though
All
I may not be there. Okay, in person.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay.
good.
Yeah. So yeah, put your information in the chat, please, so I can maybe reach out later.
Yep.
Okay. Sounds good.
I'm going to send a follow-up email to the call out to those in attendance and those who weren't able to join us, who are usually apart. So I'll make sure that you all are able to connect. Okay. Hey, Jennifer Johnson,
Yes.
are you ready to introduce yourself and your business?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am very much. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I feel after listening to Stacy's and Robert's, I got to be really high on. I mean, the bar's set really high, so I actually am Jennifer Johnson. I'm the founder of TTR Networking, and I just thank you all for being here, because this is one of the ways that I feel when we started this and continue to do this weekly, even through all the pandemic, that we are all here to keep each other top of mind. This is what I did when we started this thing, but we're all here doing it together in keeping each other top of mind. We're sharing authentically. We're creating personal connections and making each other hopefully the first choice when somebody's needing our services. So I recently became a silver certified promptings coach. And what does that mean? Well, I teach people the power of promptings, and promptings is that little voice in your head that tells you to do something in a positive way, a positive little intuitive thing that says you should do this. And a lot of times we ignore that, but there is a reason that you're getting that. And a lot of times I'm sure we can all look back and say, I should have done this. My prompting was I should have done that and I didn't do it. But how to recognize them and act on them to enrich your life and your business. I did go through certification, and I'm one of I think there's now 200 in the world, silver certified coaches. Of course, this is just a brand new thing, but Send Out Cards, that was the beginning of the promptings movement, started 19 years ago. And it is going strong. And the promptings way is just, it's the methodology behind it. So I will leave it at that. But our meetings every week are one way to stay in touch with each other. I also am a musician, and I knew when we started talking about the promptings, the certified promptings coaching and all this stuff, it would all be related to energy. And it is. I mean, that's the same energy that I use in my music I do when I'm doing all of the networking, connecting, and everything. So anyway, so who do you know that's out there that needs to find a network? This is the one group that meets in the evening of our whole network. And there are people out there that are trying to build a business, but they've got a full-time day job and they don't know, that this is an option for them. So who do you know that's out there that could use this kind of evening once a week? And the neat thing is, I will leave it at that, but please refer them to me. The neat thing is, I know that Dawn said she posts this out. You're the only leader that posts out your weekly recordings.
Really?
And you've got a Facebook page that you've got a lot of people that are looking at it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you've got a lot of visitors. So people are you know, they are finding it. So what you're doing is great, Dawn. Thank you for doing it. But it's the mindset, you know, it's just doing it. And that's what I think a lot of people say they're going to do things and they never do it.
Yeah. And I want to invite people to come and check us out. You know, you don't have to, we're not going to bash you over the head and make you join immediately. We want to know that this is a good fit for you, and that, you know, we can talk and be our authentic selves and share about our business, and know people that we can refer to each other. That's all a part of the relationship building experience. So we certainly want people to just come and visit. And this time may not work for you, or you know, for whatever reason, it might not be the perfect circumstance for you to be a part of networking. But put yourself out there, take the chance, dip your toe in the water, and experience what good professional networking is about, how to build wonderful relationships, and the value of that follow-up is just enormous. So thank you so much for Jennifer for sharing what you do, and for building this years ago. It's been completely enjoyable from my perspective.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Does anyone have questions for Jennifer Johnson? You've mentioned the Tuesday meeting, and I know I try to attend that at times, midday, 2 o'clock. There is a Facebook group that's connected to it. Do you want to share a little bit more, and make sure that everybody knows that it's welcome to all? And
Yeah. Well, actually, that's kind of funny that you would bring that up. I don't think today Catherine said there's no coincidences. It's just funny because today we were talking about, we have a small group that's called the Appreciation Academy, and it's I started it probably about the time we started the networking. And the idea was that it was just going to be little helpful hints and everything. Well, it's turned into, we have a once a week meeting, and a lot of the people are customers or they're affiliates with Send Out Cards and now Promptings anyway. But what I think we're going to do, there is, and I was on, I don't know if, I don't remember if Stacy, you might have been on there, but we have a bigger group that I think I'm going to move that into. So we're going to take two groups and combine them, because I think this, it doesn't make a lot of sense the way I'm saying it, but the smaller group is like 40 people. I know Stacy's an expert, and I'm sure Robert knows all this stuff. And Dawn, I know you're always doing all this stuff, but I had this big group that's all about relationship marketing and building those relationships. And then I had this smaller group that was 40 people, and I was told, oh, just go ahead and do your meetings and your stuff for Send Out Cards in there, and the people that don't want to know about it, they'll leave. Nobody leaves. They've been in the same group, and I thought, you know what, it's okay, but it's like I'm working double time, and I'm not doing what I should do. So I'm going to combine them. We're going to have it, but weekly we have a group meeting. So updates on Send Out Cards and the whole thing there, whether you want to be just a customer or you want to be an affiliate, which the affiliate is easy, and you don't have to, you know, throw away your business and say, I'm going to become Mr. Send Out Cards, no, or Mrs. But anyway, so we are going to combine them. And I think the bigger group has like 800 people in it. So it's kind of silly that I've been kind of not fishing in that pond a little bit more and sharing. So anyway, I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. I'm hoping that it's fairly easy, and maybe you guys know the answer to the question. It seems to me when I went to change the group, tried to change the name of the group a number of years ago, probably 5, 6 years ago. I had a heck of a time changing the name of the group. Is that something you guys have run into before? Do you know what I'm talking about?
On
On
Facebook?
Facebook?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they make it quite difficult.
Well, and I get it. I understand because the group was called, I don't know what it was called, relationship marketing something. And what I wanted to change it to was the name of my coaching with the send out cards and everything, which is Make a Splash relationship marketing. Anyway, they would not let me do it over and over and over again. I kept going in. Finally, incrementally, I changed the name, and I was given that advice from somebody who was a kind of a social media, but it took me, I don't know, probably a couple weeks going back and forth, and finally came up with relationship marketing to the rescue. The only reason they would let, I mean, it worked out was I changed part of it and then I kept the other part that would, but they said that would confuse my audience. They would get to, I think that was their explanation. Is that how you guys understand it? Does that make sense?
No, it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I was trying to go like from relationship marketing, something, I don't remember, but then to Make a Splash coaching or something like that. It was a totally, as long as I kept part of the words the same, they were fine. But it took me slowly but surely changing like one word at a time for them. And they didn't even seem to bat an eye as long as I kept part of it. And I kept going back and changing a little bit more. But I didn't want to tempt fate once they said relationship marketing to the rescue was fine. And it was a combination of the old name of the group and the new. Anyway, doesn't make a lot of sense. But okay, so we are, if you have not been invited or you don't know where that group is, right now it is going to stay the same name probably, but it's Relationship Marketing to the Rescue is the name of the group. And then in that group, I will start posting when the Appreciation Academy is going to meet, which is every Tuesday. We basically just get on and a lot of people are, users of send out cards, but it's a weekly meeting to throw some ideas out at each other. And it's not only send out cards, primarily, yes, but I want to share in that group just the strategies and tips and tactics of relationship marketing.
Yeah.
Which people, if you do, I don't mean you, I'm not saying you people, I'm saying if people understand that you build relationships first, the marketing, you shouldn't even be worried about. It'll just happen.
Yeah.
But people are sure that they have to do this, constantly selling. It's not really
Putting
it.
the emphasis on the relationship really makes a difference. And
It does.
Whether it is your business life or even your personal life, I'm just, going to share. I've had a lot of family loss in the last several months. And all I can think about is, I keep putting messages out, check in on your family and your friends and do it often. Touch base, whether it's a phone call, a text message, a card. But, maintain those connections, because when they're gone and you can't do it anymore, you will, be delighted in the fact that you did what you could when you could.
Yeah.
And it really makes a difference. So thanks for all you do, Jennifer.
Well, you don't do much, but thank you.
If there are no more questions for Jennifer, I will go ahead. My name is Dawn Evans Casey, as I mentioned earlier. I've had the pleasure to lead Collaborating Connections for over 5 years now. And I started out presenting my company, Spa Travel, which is a full service travel agency, all about relaxed adventure. I desire to help my customers have enjoyable, memorable travel experiences. And I I continue to work as an advocate for my clients, even after the booking, even after the planning and booking, when they are in travel status, experience, a backup on the road, a delay or a cancellation in the flight, or their accommodations aren't quite what it's expected. I work with the travel vendors and get things ironed out so that my clients have um, the least amount of stress, and they get to relax and enjoy themselves and hopefully travel again in the future with me. So with that in mind, the travel vendors pay my commissions. So there is not some steep charge that my travel clients have to endure in addition to their travel. And I've had the opportunity to utilize my travel business to help in my other endeavors, which I also have a passion for genealogy and have been doing my own family history and helping others learn how they can undertake their family history research rather than paying a genealogist. There's a lot of fulfillment in digging up the facts and finding out about your family history and where you're from, who your people are. So I've traveled around, met a bunch of my family members that I had not met before, and just have had wonderful experiences. In addition to that, another one of my passions is chocolate. And I recently started a blog, Cheerful Chocolate Spirit, where I've had the opportunity to share my love of chocolate in a guilt-free manner, with fun and pictures and cartoons and poetry and just my thoughts on being able to acknowledge chocolate as my passion. So all three of those, the Cheerful Chocolate Spirit, the Claiming Your Roots Genealogy, and Spa Travel, have Facebook pages and LinkedIn pages. So if you're interested in finding out a little bit more, feel free to reach out and contact me. Thanks a bunch. I'm Dawn Evans Casey. Any questions that I might be able to help anybody with this evening in those arenas?
Is it my imagination, Dawn, or are you actively out there promoting more on your travel? Because I've seen a lot more.
I've had a lot of opportunity to populate helpful travel content. You know, there's just been so much going on in the travel industry with the airlines and what happened during the holidays, and the future plans for proper ID and credentials when you're going overseas. So whenever I get those helpful tips coming to me as an agent, heads up, I love to pass that on to my clients, as well as ideas for where to go and how to enjoy themselves. So yeah, I've been putting a little bit more out there. Yes.
Well, I've seen a lot. And I would say that that's probably, I'm not saying it like too much. I'm seeing it and I'm like, I know her. I know her. I mean, it's kind of goofy, but you know what I mean? I'm seeing it and I'm like, she's really actively doing it. Like I see Stacy out all kinds of, but I have just noticed that your volume is picking up and I'm excited.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. That's very cool.
Thank
Okay.
you. Well,
Well,
I still haven't been doing videos. So, again, Robert, wink, wink. Uh, maybe I can get up to par with Stacy on the social media and get some video expertise soon. So we'll see.
yeah, good for you. Okay.
All righty. Well, I mentioned last week, I know that this is the last day of January, but our February theme is follow-up. And I wanted to go ahead and start that out this week with our conversation because it's so important. to our businesses. It's often an area that is easily kind of pushed aside while we're doing our day-to-day operations, but it's one of those things that are key to our growth and our success strategies. So as important as it is, I wanted to go ahead and get it started.
Okay.
And with follow-up in mind, there's quite a few different things for us to think about. You know, we think about following up with those potential new clients that we're meeting when we're out networking, out and about. You know, not only have we introduced ourselves and our business to someone, and they have an idea of who we are, but this brand new somebody, we need to make sure that we conduct that follow-up, a call, an email, a postcard, something to remind them of your initial interaction, to perhaps introduce, to go into more detail with them about your business. And, you know, part of it is in building that relationship, showing them that they matter, that you're interested in getting to know what connection you can make, if they have a need that you can help with, etc. So follow up with potential new clients is one of the big areas. But another one is following up with our previous clients, our previous contacts. You know, there's oftentimes, when I mentioned earlier, my win today was touching base with a friend of mine that I hadn't talked to in a while. And I reached out to her on a social manner connection. But when she circled back to me, I had the opportunity to pursue it, and we talked, and oh, she's interested in traveling. Ding, ding, ding. And my bells and whistles are going off. Yes, yes, here's an opportunity to follow up with somebody that I know who knows me, and we have something in common. She has a need for travel. This is what I do. Let's talk more. So it's easy for us to miss out on opportunities when we just sit back and wait for business to come our way. And, you know, wouldn't it be great if we could survive with that type of mentality where we don't have to put the effort in, where we're just being flooded with business? But it really matters that we touch base with those potential new clients, with our previous clients and contacts, even the people who have previously said no, or maybe, or now's not the right time for me. You know, you've made those contacts and you acknowledge and respect where they are right now in their life, that they're not interested, but make sure you jot down, well, when's a good time to follow up, you know? And not just wait again for them to contact you, but you circle back around. I recall during our last conversation, you said, you know, to touch base with you in maybe, you know, 90, 120 days. So let's talk about where you are now and how you're feeling about things. Is there something that I can do to assist?
Hey,
Yes.
Dawn,
Mhm.
I probably shared that a zillion times, but I know those who have been around for a while probably rolled their eyeballs at me. But literally, we had and maybe maybe Stacy and Robert don't know that, but we have we had a financial advisor in our Northside group who literally did what you just said. But we've been talking about follow up, but today it came up follow through. The idea of following up, you know, is a good idea, but then follow through. So what he did, the reason I bring him up is he said it took him, I think he marked down on a calendar or something, that he talked to this woman who wanted him to, he kept asking, and it was every 6 months to a year or something, but he called her, followed up with her, and followed through 22 times. And eventually he wrote business for her. with her. But had he not, I mean, yes, she got older, he got older, the needs changed, all that kind of thing. But I mean, that is something that I don't know if the average Joe would have the stick-to-itiveness to know that. Now he's, he's still in business as far as I know. He is not part of our network, but when he told that story, I mean, he's shared it a number of times. It's just like, it really confirms, you tell people, we might all hate it when we go to those home shows and the Stone Company or the whatever, they say that, but you should have a lot of respect for them when they call you 6 months later. And then you say, no, call me. If you don't tell them no, they're going to keep calling you. But like, not everybody does that, but that you have to admire people who do that follow through, even if you don't need their product. I just, I can imagine every time that our financial guy was calling, he'd say, well, can I call you again in 6 months? And she'd either say yes or, drop dead. Don't bug me anymore. But she never did. But anyway, that's, and it's hard. I mean, why don't we want to follow up? I'm always afraid somebody's going to say, well, you didn't sell me the first time. Why would, I want it. That rejection thing is immense. I mean, why don't we do that? But we have to, we have. So anyway,
I'm sure everybody's probably had that experience. And, maybe you get frustrated by the response when it's a no, or, I'm really not interested right now. But even the no's, we've heard 100 times, the no is the opportunity to find out the why it's no. And is it no, absolutely not? Or is it no, maybe in the future? And taking the time to figure that out and communicating could really make the difference, as well as let them know, you're interested in them. You called them because you thought there was a need, an opportunity that you could help with. So it really makes the difference when you're expressing you're there to help, not to sell. And 22 times. Diligent guy. Awesome.
Yeah, I don't know how, like I say, I mean, he made a point of saying, look, I asked her every time I talked to her, I said, is it okay if I reach out again? And she'd say yes. So you start thinking about that. I mean, there was probably a good 10 years or more that passed in the in-between, but he kept at it. I mean, do we all have that? And I don't know, he never really gave a number as far as what the business he wrote was, if there was a big gigantic windfall at the end. I don't know. I don't know, but what a practice and diligence. Yeah, I mean, oh boy,
But you also realize winning the business isn't the only win that comes out of that.
Right.
Impressing someone with your knowledge and your expertise might mean that that person is going to be your next recommendation or person to refer some wonderful client to you, simply because of the conversation that you had with them.
Right.
Simply because you did follow up and follow through, even though it didn't result in business. Those folks are still good people to ask for,
Yeah.
who else do you know that might need and desire to utilize this? And again, you're cultivating a relationship and helping. That's what you're there for. So you make the most of that. I don't know, Robert and Stacy, have you had those experiences as well, that it takes a while?
Well, not the 22 times, but I would say that I know that I am very persistent.
Well, I was wondering about that. I was really 22.
Yeah, because even the conversation yesterday that I had with the young lady from Mississippi, like I say, we initially connected because she responded to one of my social media posts, and like I say, this has been going on for a couple months, but we just been playing I've been consistently texting her, messaging her, no response. And she just been saying, I'm really busy now, whatever. But I've been persistent. I didn't give up. And even when we spoke yesterday for a long time, she was just like, I feel like I know you.
But
I mean,
isn't that true though, Stacy? Look, you know, that's exactly what you've done. She knows you.
yes,
Yeah.
because I invited her to a couple Zoom calls, and she told me she was able to get on some of them. So she was telling me, she's, yeah, I feel like I know you. I know a lot about the products and everything. Because she said I did join a couple of them. So she's been watching, and also here at TAVA they teach us no today doesn't mean no forever. It just means no,
Right.
not right now. So you just follow back up with these people later on, and I don't have a per se a timetable when I do that, but I think I'm the follow up queen.
All right.
Well, so those are the kind of things that I think, you know, are really valuable to, yeah, sharing on this call. You know, not that we want to give away all your secrets there, Stacy, but there's something special when you do that because most people don't.
Right.
I mean, you know, we know that, right? I mean, the numbers are out there that it takes what, 5 to 12 touches before, I mean, it could take you 12 touches. 22 is a little crazy in my
Yeah.
opinion, but 12, even 12, it's like, are you kidding me? Who's got that in them? But, you know, I was an insurance agent. Okay, I'm quickly, AAA, no, Aflac I sold. They said when we were cold calling, they said, do you know how many of you we see every week? And then when I go back to the training, they'd say, look, it takes probably 5 people and you probably gave up right before. You were probably number 5 and you gave up. You would have sold it. You know what I mean? That whole mentality that, but there's truth to that. The very few of us follow up more than twice. I think
Right.
it
Because
drastic.
a lot of times, even like sometimes when I talk to new people that join me, well, I don't want to feel like I'm bothering people. And I'm like, you're not bothering people. But a lot of people, they don't feel comfortable continuing to reach out to people. But I can have people 3 or 4 months. You ready for some more tea? No, I'm good. The next month I reach back out again, and eventually they're gonna say, okay, yeah, I'm ready now, you know. But if I never reach out, they may not take the initiative to reach out to me. So, you know, so yeah, I'm very consistent with my old customers, my current customers. You should be ready out of that ballet now. You know, ready to reorder. Oh, I reach back out as done.
Yes, yes.
Or when I'm running different specials, I'll send people messages or whatever to say, I have a what, like I'm gonna have a Valentine's Day special going on in a week or 2. So I'm gonna be reaching out to all of my customers. I have a special going on. You interested? You know. So I do that. I do all those type things.
Wonderful.
Do
Wonderful.
you ever though kind of feel like when you're talking to people, and I don't get that feeling from either Stacy or Robert at all. I believe you guys know, and Dawn, I've known you long enough. I know you believe in what you do. But I think sometimes it's kind of that wishy-washy. Con- they're not convinced in their own product or their own service. You know what I mean? We have a lot of people that join our network that are brand new in financial, or they're new to we've had hospitality people that are local salespeople, and you just get that feeling after you've talked to them a little bit, you understand they don't really believe in what they're selling. You know, that you get that feeling like they can take it or leave it. They're there because they come to our network because they got to get more people. They got to get more business. We all need to get more business, but there's a difference when you've got somebody who, I mean, even me, I'm like, I don't want to bug people about this, but then I'm like, what the heck am I doing? 12 years later, we are going to bug people about networking because it works, you know, I mean, and I think we do it right. But anyway, Dawn, I know you have things you want to say, and I'm sorry, I don't.
I like that direction that you're going in, because the passion also makes a difference when you're conveying, when you're following up. Certainly. So to have a passion for what you do and a genuine faith or belief in what you're offering. Because if you don't have that, Yeah, it doesn't sound like you're trying to help them. It sounds like you're trying to push something off on them or sell them.
Right, right,
And
right.
and people are wise enough to see or hear that different experience. So it really matters. Another thing that I was going to say, maybe not so much with the consumer products like Stacy offers, maybe with Robert, who works a lot with businesses. And I, I'm selling travel to either business travelers or individuals. But within the business realm, the representatives that we're reaching out to and connecting are changing over time. So, that's why it becomes important for us to reach out and, is the contact person still the same contact person that you need to be talking to at that company to work with, whether it's that nonprofit or that for-profit business, Robert. I'm sure that you found out, you might have been talking to one fundraising developer or fundraising manager at one point, and next time you turn around and that person has left the company and there's a new person in that position, the follow-up then becomes you're going to have to build a relationship with that new individual now. So it becomes important to routinely touch base and stay on top of the best contact and let them know who you are and what you offer. And you might have to be, redoing that over and over with a particular organization or business, but it's worthwhile. And then maybe somebody leaves in their notes, even if they've left the company, oh, Robert was awesome to work with. Yes, this is the company that we use for videography. Dawn was great managing our travel here at XYZ company. So, let's reach out to her in the future. It makes a difference.
We all have to follow the Howard Schultz method.
Yes.
and following up. If y'all know, he's the guy who's the owner of Starbucks, but he was rejected by 217 investors. Yeah. Before one said yes. So I mean, the follow-up is real.
It is.
You know what I mean? And whether that's, like staying consistent with what you believe in, I think that plays a major part. Because 22 times or 242 times, all it takes is that 243rd time for it to crack, and then next thing you know, you got that that contract or that business idea, or that it's off the ground now because that one person believed in it. And once you get one, you get a billion people to believe in it. So yeah,
I didn't know the 217. That's amazing.
Yeah, 217. And then after that, he started getting those investors to invest into Starbucks.
Wow.
But 217 rejections, that's a lot.
Yeah, so that kind of, I know I was talking about Jack Canfield, that he's got the Chicken Soup for the Soul books, and I'm a trainer. That's something I did a few years ago, but he is it was 144 publishers he had to go to, but the same thing. I mean, obviously 217 investors, and I've only heard great things about Howard Schultz as far as what he does to send kids or people to college and all kinds. And if you think about it, Starbucks is really not a coffee place. It's an experience, right? Isn't that what he's selling? It's really not. Yeah, not that you can get the same kind of coffee probably anywhere you want to go, but that experience. But wow, that's interesting. I'm gonna have to look that up a little bit more. Thank you for sharing that. That's amazing.
Yeah. The very last item that I want to remind folks to follow up on, and we'll do this every month throughout the year. You know, we have a theme for each month, but everything circles back to following up on your own goals and plans and expectations and accomplishments. You know, um, we started this new year optimistic and excited, but we hope we've got good plans and goals in place, and then we need to follow up, revisit them from time to time, revise them if necessary, celebrate them when we accomplish or go beyond, and challenge ourselves to dream bigger. So the follow up of our own progress and productivity is very important. So that'll be, another follow-up topic that we delve a little bit deeper into during this month. But I hope this general discussion of follow-up has stirred up some thoughts, some ideas for each of you. And if you don't have a more formal program or an active follow-up in process, let's get that going. Let's talk about it. Let's improve on it so that we all have that success strategy for 2023. Okay. We are at time right now, so I want to thank each of you for being with us this week. I'm excited to go ahead and get this recording out to everyone. It'll be posted on YouTube and on our Collaborating Connections Facebook page. So as well, I'm going to get that follow-up email out so we can, I know I'm going to schedule a one-on-one with you soon, Robert. I think you and Stacy need to connect as well. And we'll look forward to seeing some new faces, hopefully next week, and hope to see you all back. So take care. Have a wonderful rest of the week. We'll see you later.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
There. Bye.